Get on. Did I wake up? Get your mind right. Real talk, no fluff, no sidelines. We outside, bring the truth to the sunrise. 3 a.m. and yeah, we coming at the right time. Dave Anderson Morning News. Like Hook Media. Morning Media just got dangerous.
What up? Are we having a phenomenal morning? If not, what are we doing? Welcome to Dave Anderson Morning News. I am, of course, Dave Anderson. I hope you are here for a good time because, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I got. Holla at your boy. Let me know where you're checking in from. This is going to be a great show as I adjust my lock sleeve. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I want y'all to sit in, lock in, and let's get this party started, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, it's a beautiful day. I need to know where you're checking in from. What part of the world are you in right now? Because we got stuff to do. We got things we need to talk about. Of course, y'all automatically know. I'm going to tell y'all again, Chill Music is debuting May 1st. If you missed the listening party yesterday, man, listen. You missed a lot. You missed a lot. I don't even know if you have, I don't know if you've seen the album cover for Chill Music, but I don't know what you've been doing. I don't know what you've been up to, but yeah, it's epic. I will say that. And you know what? Matter of fact, if you'd like to see the album cover, I need a B1 in the chat right now. I just need somebody to hit me with a B1 in the chat. I need some good mornings and some B1s in the chat. What up, Al B Chill? I see you, big homie, because I'm about to let y'all see the album cover because it's phenomenal. Give me a B1 in the chat if you can hear me. I'm going to go ahead and let y'all check out the album cover because I personally think it's dope. I do. I ain't even gonna hold you. And spoiler alert. Yesterday, there are two songs that I did not play yesterday that are on the album that I'm mixing and mastering. I am not gonna lie to you, my throat is sore. Shout out to everybody with the B1 energy up in here. That is the cover. Let me know what y'all think. You know, and when I tell y'all, when y'all get the album, you'll see that there's so many Easter eggs, even in the imagery, man. Like, I'm super excited about this project. I worked really hard on it because I'm tired of the music that we have out here not speaking to us. But we are getting it popping. But yeah, man, dressed in all black like the Omen. Got my people saying this is for my homies. But no, that's the album cover, Chill Music. I definitely want y'all to go ahead and get ready. It will be everywhere May 1st. So I'm extremely excited about that. So yeah, man. Listen, it's a lot going on. Let's get to it, B1 family. If you have not taken the time, I need you to like the video. I need you to share the video. I need y'all to let people know that the best damn morning show on the planet is now on the air. So shout out to everybody up in here. Let me know where you're checking in from. And we are going to get this party started, ladies and gentlemen. And that, to me, is always the most important thing. So let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck right now. I don't know if y'all heard about this, but if you haven't, y'all already know that I'm on the job. Your boy's on the case. TMZ has broken a major story, and this, of course, is according to the Associated Press. Let me get this up on the screen for y'all so y'all can see what I'm talking about here. Because listen. This is what it is. So, a former reality television star is in the 6th year of his presidency. His cabinet includes a former wrestling executive along with a one-time real-world cast member who was filmed decades ago dancing in nothing but a towel. More than half a dozen stars from the Real Housewives franchise swung through Capitol Hill. So TMZ should have been in Washington already. TMZ is taking a swing at the nation's capital with TMC DC deploying staff to confront lawmakers paparazzi style in Washington and turning to the public to capture candid images of politicians living it up on the road. So this has already created viral moments like Senator Lindsey Graham waving a wand at Disney World as chaos gripped airport security lines because of a congressional inaction on a funding bill. So guess what? Pete Hegseth is upset. But it's going to be interesting. What do y'all think about this? And by the way, this only normalizes what has happened in society, ladies and gentlemen, because let's face it, this is what we have come to expect. This is what we expect from our politicians. This is what we expect from our entertainers. And this isn't new. Everybody acts like it's Donald Trump, but y'all forget about Sonny Bono. Y'all forget about Ronald Reagan. So y'all already know. It doesn't really surprise me at all that we're in this space. Listen, the Iceman cometh with the $2 super chat. One time for the one time from the 305. What up? So yeah, like, you know, shout out to all my B1 family. Thank you for the super chat. Y'all can keep them in here. I see Bowie Maryland's in the building. What up, Aaron? Albie Chills in Dayton. What's up? What's up? April Showers. Glad you're here. Hop on. Yeah, Reagan was doing it before anybody, aka Ronald Wilson, Reagan 666. That's how many letters are in each joint, man. But I think I'm with Iceman on this. He said all this is doing nothing but breaking the fourth wall. This has been political theater practically from its inception. Absolutely, because people don't care about policy. People care about being entertained. People care about being moved. People care about being represented. That's why in my album I talk about it, whoever they got with ovaries, y'all call it progress, whether it's Kamala or Hillary, because that's where we are. That's what we are dealing with, and I'm not really a big fan of folks thinking that that's where we need to be in life, because how about no? Like, I am completely dead set against that. And to me, that is one of the biggest things that is plaguing our society right now. It's all about feelings. It's not about what makes the most sense in practicality. It's not about how we get to another level. It's about what goes on inside, the reality show we call Who the President Is, or the reality show of the Supreme Court is a racist. Everything but what it takes for us to be incredible, what it takes for us to actually, forget the term, great again. And I know there's people like, well, when was America great? America has always been great because of foundational Black Americans. You're welcome. I feel like The Rock right now. What can I say except you're welcome? I mean, we invented the cell phone. You're welcome. We invented ice cream. You're welcome. Y'all try to relegate us to peanut butter. If you don't sit your, y'all not going to get me hyped up this morning. We're going to have a nice, peaceful, engaging show. We're going to talk our ish, and we're going to keep this thing moving. Now, make sure that you are clicking the like button. Make sure that you are getting those likes up. I'm only seeing a couple of hearts. It's way too many people in here for that to be the case. I'm going to need y'all to send this out to 10 people, and I'm going to need y'all to comment done when you've done it, because we're just warming up. The show just got started. We ain't even 10 minutes in, and we already got more fire. More fire. So let's talk about this for a minute, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if y'all heard, but there's a whole lot happening when it comes to Black communities and data. And for some of you, this might be boring because some of you don't realize that technology is more than hashtags, TikTok, and memes that you send to your friends all damn day. No. Listen, y'all got to see this. Big tech data centers are now the new frontier in the environmental fight to protect Black communities, because what's happening is a lot of these deregulations by the Trump administration with the AI technology are putting folks in the South in harm's way. Now, we're going to break this down because I'm going to give you what the griot says, and then I'm going to give you all the context and nuance that's extremely important to the story. So the griot goes on to say, for decades, Black Americans have been on the front lines of the climate and environmental justice movement. And while efforts have been made to address the health and environmental harms to Black communities in recent years, deregulations enacted by the Trump administrations and the explosion of AI technology are putting them in harm's way. And so what happens with these data centers that are in poor and Black communities, there's a lot of stuff that happens in it, right? And so you have companies like Alphabet, Amazon, Microsoft, Meta, Oracle, which is talking about how to scale what's happening in AI. So you're talking a combined 690 billion just for this year. And a lot of that goes straight into the data centers, and the data centers require two major things: electricity and water. And a lot of times that water will get what's the word I'm looking for? Polluted, nonsense, and there'll be air pollution. Like, y'all talk about chemtrails all the time, but nobody is talking about the amount of water it takes to create a lot of this AI stuff. And so while I'm not trying to panic anybody, it is real. But while we're talking about that, we also need to be talking about those cancer clusters that are destroying rural Louisiana, especially when there's a lot of Black people. There's methane turbines all up and down Memphis, right? You've got a lot of folks just really not understanding how deep this goes. And I'm gonna keep it real. I really cannot stand Justin Pearson. I feel like he's a cosplayer. I feel like he's a dashiki wearing Malcolm X wannabe coon that walks around with a ridiculously untamed afro in order for people to feel good about themselves. But he's out there doing absolutely everything he possibly can to be seen. I'm sorry, to help the environment. But yeah, no, that's exactly what it is. Iceman says, I don't know if it was you or someone else who said it, bro, but society has beef with respectability politics, but it completely embraced likability politics. Absolutely. And my whole thing is, for me, and I have beef with respectability politics, and we want to keep it a buck. I don't have an issue with people wanting to put out their best foot forward. I don't have an issue with that. I think that's extremely important. But when you tell me I got to cut my locks, when you tell me I got to dye my beard or shave my beard, when you telling me that I got to wear a suit to be respected, I'm going to tell you I'm Dave Anderson and I don't have to conform to any damn body. That's how that goes. Aaron, thank you so much for sharing it out. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And that's exactly what it is, Aaron. It is pig farm culture, and people don't seem to understand that. I'll be chill. Thank you for being a YouTube member. But yeah, it's very sassy. It's very performative. It is not coming from a legitimate place of I care about Black people. It's coming from a place of I want to have as much bitch assery as I possibly can, and I want to act like I'm doing something. Why is your mouth open, sir? Do we know if Aaron, if Pearson is a tether? Is Justin Pearson a tether? Because he's looking like tether mouth, try to blend in and stand right out. He's got some tether mouth energy. I feel like we should have a lineage report. I really say so. He's from Memphis, but that don't mean nothing. He was raised in Memphis. He might be foundational. But yeah, I just there's something about his energy that just I don't believe it. Maybe it's because he just talks in such a way. But it's on the third. Wow. RP said, what if they're stripping information from the water because water holds memory? That could be a possibility. But what I do know is when you're firing up all these turbines, when you have all of these AI data centers, they require a lot of water because you got to cool them off. So that's what I know for sure. I'll be chill. Says it gives. I was raised by my mom, my sister, and my auntie's energy. Facts. There's a lot of you know how people say there's TDS, which is Trump derangement syndrome. I think he has the other TDS, which is testosterone deficiency syndrome. Albie Chill says, I think he's FBA flimsy wrist black affiliate. I hate you so much right now. But yeah, this dude is always performing. He always has to be in front of the camera. He's like Jamal Bryant, who got elected to the state legislature, you know. And yes, we got to do more. And I'm here for it. But what he did say is that they're supposed to be the most brilliant technology in the world, but they're in communities that don't have access to broadband. But there are here's the see. This is why I don't like this cosplaying kooky emotional weak Negro, because you have these data centers that are built in your district, sir. You have these data centers that are thriving in your district, that are making money and paying money to people like you and your ilk in your district. And you're saying they got all these data centers, but there's no broadband. What are you doing, sir? Other than marching in the street and putting on a dashiki like your Jesse Jackson circa 1974, what are you doing to get technology to the people you claim to care about? I'm sorry, somebody talk black to me like I'm Vicky Dillard. Can somebody explain to me what this knuckle-dragging, mouth-breathing coon is doing in order to make sure that his constituency has the broadband he's complaining about? How do they just set up shop and you don't say anything? You don't have any type of caveats. You don't meet with any of the local legislature. You didn't meet with any of the city council, anybody in the county. Now, keep in mind, I have lived in Memphis, Knoxville, and Nashville. I know how the game goes. And if you're saying, hey, we're going to bring these amount of jobs, we're going to bring this amount of money to the economy, ladies and gentlemen, why did you not put in a caveat that you have to, because you're taking from this community, which is the life's blood of our state? Why didn't you demand broadband be installed on their dime as a part of their deal? Because they're going to write it off anyway, so it's not costing them any money. It may cost them some man hours, but it's a write-off. That's insane to me. But again, it sounds good to people who don't pay attention to how policy works. That's how these lawmakers get in power. And what he's doing right now is I'm gonna just say it. Justin Pearson is auditioning because he wants to be the next Thought Pocket Jasmine Crockett. Respectfully, that's what he wants to be. He wants to be the next person on the stage. Hey, Albie Chill said, for a cup of coffee, thank you for the $1.99 super chat, but I am fueled by righteous anger, my brother. But I will be getting that cup of coffee. Why the doors ain't open? He's giving Umar Where's the School vibes. He really is. He really is. And I'm really kind of sick of it, to be honest with you. Hold on. Let me see. Somebody said something in here. Let me see here. Hold on one second. I'll be just Dave. Don't be out here trying to make sense now, fam. Listen, I call balls and strikes. First of all, let me explain something to you. What we do not do is talk about my good friend Derek Watkins, aka Farnsworth Bentley. That is a stand-up man. That man takes care of his family. That man takes care of his wife. He is a phenomenal individual. We are not going to have no Farnsworth Bentley slander on my watch, respectfully, because Farnsworth Bentley is an actual man. You know, he may be soft-spoken, he may be well-dressed, but he's an actual man. This guy here, your people, I know a squealer when I see one, and he's a squealer. The television right there. Listen, yo, shout out to Teezy. Teezy got that bundle. Teezy got that bundle yesterday. Shout out to Teezy for getting that bundle. We still got those bundles on special for my damn family, aka the Damily. I want the Damily to get those bundles, man. But I just saw somebody say they went to school with me in elementary school, so I'm trying to see where that was. Let me see who this is. Rabia Cooper. Hey, David, we went to the same elementary school. How have you been? You went to Joseph Pennell Academic Plus School. God bless you for surviving. I am wonderful. It's nice to see you. Thank you for being here. Yeah, the Damily. That's where we at, baby. When you join the membership, you come to the cookout, you get that welcome. But yeah, this guy right here, like all these people talk this trash. But you're the person that is supposed to stand in the gap between the greedy corporate robber barons that you claim that you're fighting so hard against and the people that you claim to love so much. You so pro-black, but you ain't pro-black to get these people Wi-Fi? Bet you got Wi-Fi though, homie. I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand how to, now I'm pissed off. Because a lot of times when I pull these stories, I read them in real time with you so that I can have the natural reaction. I'm trying to understand how you're blaming the corporations you let in. That's like setting somebody up to catch a beat down. You let them through the backstage door, they hop on stage, and they beat down the person performing, and you're sitting there like, oh, how in the world did they slip past security? And y'all want to talk about the correspondence dinner being performative? Man, gone. Somebody has to explain this to me. Let me see. Let's see if we can. Y'all want to have some fun today? Y'all want to get into some good trouble? We're going to get into some good trouble. Yeah, let's get into some good trouble. Let's make a phone call.
Sorry, Justin J. Pearson is not available. Record your message at the tone. When you are finished, hang up or press pound for more options.
Representative Pearson, hey, this is Dave Anderson from Dave Anderson Morning News. I just wanted to see if we could get a comment in regards to these data centers and the environment and what's happening when it comes to providing broadband for the good folks of Tennessee. It would be awesome if you give a call back. You can do that immediately at Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. We're looking forward to hearing back from you. Take care. Yeah, I call his office. I called his office. Like, what we're not going to do is play these games because I want him on the show. I'm still waiting to get confirmation from Tamika Mallory. But what we're not going to do is do this. And I am really upset that these folks like to play these games. We're not doing it. Where's Umbaku when you need? We would not have it all. That's insane to me. That's absolutely insane to me. But sound off. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Because listen, let me tell you something. I am a great many thing, but the one thing that I am, not just a tether detector, but I'm the captain of the pull-up team. We pulling up. Black Alpha's pulling up. I'm pulling up. We listen, it's pull-up summer. Foundational Black Americans need to start pulling up, especially when these people say they represent for us. I don't care where you are. I don't care what gold-plated rock you're hiding under. We're going to get some straightening happening out here. Because if you say you're for Black people, I need you to prove it. I need you to prove it. I don't care if you've been promising a school for 2 decades. I don't care if you wear an afro and a dashiki and march down the street. If you're talking like you about our people and you're about lineage business, we are going to hold you to account. That's it. And if not, we're going to pack you up, son. Like on Will Mills. Pack him up, son. That's what it is. So I'm sorry. I'm really not here for it. But the one thing I am with is the issues. Iceman says, it must be an unwritten rule when you see one of these Negroes wearing a dashiki in public, it's going to be tomfoolery, poppycock, and gobbledygook afoot. Listen. Tomfoolery, poppycock, and gobbledygook afoot. You forgot balderdash and rubbish. But that's exactly what it is, Iceman. That might be comment of the day. TZ says, I need all the help I can get in Wichita, Kansas. He's doing us dirty out here. Yo, pull up team. Let's go find out what's happening in Wichita. That's it. Let's see here. V says, we have a lot of Black men married to Spanish women here. Beautiful families. Where are you and why? What does that have to do with anything that we're talking about? I'm so confused. I'm Tracy Spencer right now. I'm so confused. And I think Tether's gonna cry tonight. Don't give a damn, babe. You must be new to me. Put that comment up. Tell me something. Why you trying to derail my show? The whole hell. Tell the mouth, talking slick, but you will find out. The centers don't do anything for the people other than allow everybody to create AI. That's what it is. Out here with this tenderism, audacity falling off the bone. What's wrong with y'all people? Bunch of tetherism. You know, I'm telling you, the one thing that I'm really excited about, I have my breakfast around 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and I am looking forward to a protein healthy breakfast. What I'm not going to eat in the meantime is the bullshit that y'all trying to throw my way. Oh, listen, let's talk about Keisha. Let's see here. No. Let's see here. Let's see if we can get Keisha on the phone. Bottoms. Not to be confused with lemon power bottom. Let's see. Let's see if we can, because we got to go to her campaign website because her number is not good. I'm trying to find a way to contact Keisha. We're going to see if we can contact Keisha. Yes, indeed. Yo, FBA Convo says, I don't eat the fufu with the igulusi soup on the side. Yeah, me neither. I've never had it. Anything that sounds weird. See, let me explain something to y'all. I'm American. I grew up, my father, and I was having this conversation with my mom a couple of months ago. And I was telling my mom, I said, you know what's pissing me off? She said, what? I said, listen, I got a $2,000 grill in my front yard, right? It's wood fired, it's delicious, but no matter what I do, I can't make a burger as good as my father. And my mother starts laughing. I said, what are you laughing at? She was like, oh no, your father would go and he would get top sirloin and then have the butcher grind it down. I said, well played, Carl. Well played. Yeah, I mean, I love Americana. I don't, again, respect to everybody and their cultures throughout the diaspora, but right here, I'm an American. I was raised on cheesesteaks and tasty cakes, chicken wings and onion rings. Nope. Try anything once, but I won't do that. Sorry, I'm just not. So yeah, man, Justin Pearson need to go sit down someplace. You know, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be 100% real with y'all. Everybody wants AI until the server farm is drinking your water, heating your block, raising your utility bill, and calling it innovation. But Negro, what are you doing about it other than marching and wearing a dashiki? Somebody got to find out what Justin is doing, because he's the worst Justin to come out of Tennessee since Timberlake. I said what I said, and of course, y'all know he ain't gonna call me back. See, I love having white people in the chat. He said I caught that Meatloaf reference. Listen, Meatloaf was that work. I don't have typical ears. I listen to everything. Yeah. Who? I was talking about Justin Pearson, the representative from Tennessee who's marching in the streets, like a tangy cosplaying civil rights activist. And if you grow, like, what is with this thing when Negroes, even the mixy Negroes, when they want to start talking about black rights or civil rights, why is it that these Negroes grow an afro? Why do the Negroes grow an afro? Yeah, so a lot of these, what people don't know, these AI data centers, they pollute the air, they take up a lot of water. That water then becomes polluted, it becomes a problem. The electricity goes high because when you're on a grid, especially in a lot of places in the South, that's why Georgia Power's bill be going up and down, allegedly, supposedly, for entertainment purposes only on Earth 2. They start to be really, really extra, and you don't know what's happening. And that's the case. Oh, wait, what? Somebody said going home to white. Oh, let's see. Let me find out Justin Pearson's. Let's go look up his wife. Yeah, no, we're gonna look up his wife. See what he got. Oh no, she black. Praise the Lord. She black, but that damn. I don't know why his afro bothers me so much. I love afros. I used to have one. But these so-called social justice Negroes will all of a sudden start growing out a lollipop head afro. I'm trying to understand how that go. La da 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 da. But you know, Afro Man has always had one. You know, shout out to Afro Elite. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's different. I'm talking about these folks out here who ain't got one. 106 in part said Justin Pearson's mama's my English teacher. Well, call his mama. Call his mama and ask Mama Pearson why her baby boy let those folks into our community without getting something for it. You see how nobody understands the concept of tangibles? See, you Negroes keep talking about tangibles. Go to my iPad. Go to my iPad. And that's the problem. And when you get these politicians, in place who say they're for black people, you know what you got to do, right? You know what you got to do?
You got to jump in his ass.
Pause. That's it. So, let's see here. Daniel Sanchez, his wife is black, so maybe he's on that Andrew. Oh, and that's all I could say was not even touching that. Listen, I'm about to start modding some people up in here. Is there somebody in my chat who wants me to make them a moderator? Because we got some pause-worthy people in the chat right now. Y'all know how I feel about that, man. Yeah, I mean,
nah, run that back. Hold up. Did he just? Yeah, we clocking that. It's a sassy alert. Hold up. Who are you doing the most in the shirt? Wait. Why you capping like that? Bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it back.
Yeah, I need to know who's going to. Okay, I'll be chill. I got you. I'll be chill. I got you, homie. About to get this popping. I gotta find let's see here. What is it? Yeah, hold on. My guy, I'll be chill. About to mod you up, homie. Oh, come on. Why can't I find you, bro? Let me see. Maybe I got to spell it a certain way. Because we need no, I'll be chill too. I don't know why I can't yeah, let me see if I can do it this way real quick, y'all. Sorry about that. But to me, it's really pissing me off that people come up in here and start talking greasy. I mean, I appreciate you with the with the help, but a lot of times, so yeah, he's saying click on his name. All right, so yeah, that I'm because I'm using StreamYard, that ain't getting it. I believe in Al B. Chill. I do. I think he's going to do a phenomenal job as soon as I can figure it out. Let's see. No. Let me see here. Ugh. Why can't I find you? I just need to find a thing. But listen, I got to keep the show moving, so I ain't gonna stress on it. But it's pissing me off. So I don't have time. Let me see here. Yeah. Good idea. Good idea, FU2. We'll get on that. But in the meantime, in between time, let's keep the show going. I don't want to, interrupt the show. So, ladies and gentlemen, we need to have a conversation. We need to have a serious conversation about Essence. Because I don't know if y'all noticed or not, but the Tethers are trying it again. Ladies and gentlemen, the Tethers are at it again. Yeah, I'm gonna share this with y'all because you know that triumph of Jollof nonsense they tried to do last year was some wild work. So this is who they've tapped to be cultural moderators for the Essence Fest. The article in the Griot was written by Bolarinwa Oladeji. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that they're not from Philly. So Nicole Hara Jones, Mara Black Akil, and Nina Compton as the 2026 cultural curators. Now, I'll never say a bad word about Mara Black Akil. She's one of my favorite people. But yeah. And yeah, Tiana Taylor is going to be their chief curator, which is interesting. According to Business Wire, each curator will oversee a specific part of the festival, contributing to a more immersive and intentional experience for attendees. Because you started messing with the fest. Because what happened was, and again, I don't have nothing against what's his name? Rich Lou Dennis. I don't, you know, but again, he's not foundational, and we got to stop giving people who are not foundational and who do not understand what being on code means the keys to our kingdom. That's not how this works, because it should never been no situation where you're talking about jambalaya versus jollof. Have you lost your Negro mind? Like, you can't be serious. So Nicole Hannah Jones is going to be over the Essence authors thing as far as the nonfiction curator. Again, Mara Brockakil can do no wrong. She can never do any wrong. We love her. She's going to be handling fiction. And Nina Compton is going to be doing food and wine. They need something because I don't know if y'all know this or not. The Essence Festival has been hot trash truck juice since Girls Trip came out. I'm just going to say the unpopular thing out loud. I'm just going to keep it a buck with you. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. That's it. So again, Daniel said, no, she can't. She can't. She can't. But the Iceman said that I'm going to just let y'all read the comments. For those of you who were listening to the audio podcast, Iceman said, Lord, if Tiana at the helm is going to be nothing but foreign and rainbow flags. I don't know. But she does love a good tether. Aaron, Pierre, that's Mufasa. Anyway. I'm not doing a version called Pogs. I'm a foundational Black American. I am doing a song that I did not play yesterday because I wasn't sure if I was going to put it on an album. See, when you make an album, you make songs that you don't know are going to make the cut or not. And yeah, I got two songs that I didn't put on there. The first one's called FBA, and then the second one is called Foundation. Y'all are going to love them. And Iceman just called it hashtag Tetherfest. Bruh, you literally just broke me with that. I ain't even going to hold you. He said hashtag Tetherfest. What we're not going to do is let this situation ruin us. But how do y'all feel about Essence Fest? Have you been? Do y'all think it's worth it? Yes. To answer your question, Rich Lou Dennis is the head of Essence. He did he buy or sell Shea Moisture or something like that? I forget what it was. And then he took that money and then bought Essence. You know, because people, here's the thing that bothers me about foundational Black Americans. If I'm gonna speak frank, as a foundational Black American, I ought to be able to hold my own people to account. Do we agree? Do we agree I ought to be able, as a foundational Black American, to hold my people to account? If we do agree, then let's have this conversation. Why is it that everybody, whether they are Jewish, whether they are white Anglo-Saxon Protestants, whether they are Arabs, like with the, what was it, the Black News Channel that Tony Khan's dad had and hired Mark Lamont Schill for, why is it that everybody except for foundational Black Americans understands the importance of controlling the media? That is the one thing Roland Martin and I agree on. Why is it we don't understand the importance of Black media? We keep outsourcing, and I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. And I'm speaking from a place of professional experience Why is it that a lot of so-called Black-owned companies are operated by white people? Why people? Why? Tell me why y'all talking black now? White. Sorry. I'm just trying to understand. Can somebody explain that to me? Why is it that foundational Black Americans do not understand the importance of cultivating our own media sources and supporting those media sources financially? This is the one thing that I am in lockstep in agreement with Roland Martin on. Of course, we know why he's doing it, but I've always come for that. I have worked for Black-owned media companies. I have worked for white-owned media companies. I have worked for Hispanic-owned media companies. I have worked for corporate media companies. And the funny thing is, everybody in charge is not Black. Everybody who you think is in charge is middle management. I'll be chill because you're a member. I'm gonna let this rock. Next time you have to toss me some ad money. I'll be chill says no flex, but my uncle and I started our own platform called Jaro Go. We're on the Apple Store and on the Google Store, and it's free to join. So I want to go through these comments now. Y'all know I prioritize members and I prioritize super chats, but I'm trying to tell y'all that in order, like, y'all keep talking about how oppressed we are. Y'all keep talking about how frustrated you are with the system. You keep talking about what you don't like happening, but you ain't doing nothing about it. And those of us who are trying to do something about it, y'all don't say anything. And I don't understand why the likes are so low, but the numbers are so high in here. I don't understand why the numbers are so high in here, but they're not double, because you're not sending out what's happening here. And I'm literally giving y'all, as my good friend Tariq Nashe would say, this good ism, ladies and gentlemen. That's all, huh? Not giving y'all this good ism, my brothers. Y'all know I sent Tariq Tethermouth. Yo, I'm sorry. Now let me go to your comments. We didn't go. You better thank a YouTube member. Let's look like we got some YouTube membership popping up in here. YGLTB1 became you better thank a YouTube member. Welcome to the cookout. Welcome to the cookout. You can go ahead and grab yourself a plate, big homie. Appreciate you. Let's see what the comments say here. I'll be chill says, truthfully, I think it's because we rather see the collective fail instead of helping one of us win. I wholeheartedly agree with that. And I tell people on the bus, I told Charlamagne Twister, I don't care if you're driving the bus. I just want to be on the bus. That's where I am with it. And if a lot of us took that mentality, it would be something. Byron Allen came out of the woods every now and again. Yes, and Byron Allen tries really hard. He bought the griot. Respect to Byron Allen. Byron Allen is one of my favorite comedians and entrepreneurs. He truly is, because I remember Byron Allen getting in the phone book and calling stations by hand to get his programming on. I remember him building entertainment studios and everybody laughed. I remember when people were talking about Comics Unleashed ain't no good, blah, blah, skibbity bop. But I'm like, what y'all got? And y'all playing Byron Allen's face because he's married to a white woman, but he is in love with Black people. Byron Allen summoned Oprah and she showed up. Byron Allen summoned The Rock and he showed up. The only other person I have seen have that level of Black power, even though he's not a foundational Black American, is Jason Lee. And quite frankly, y'all can say whatever y'all want, but 9 times out of 10, 6 days out of 7, Jason Lee is more on code than 90% of you Negroes. Because when the world, including the majority of you knuckle-dragging, mouth-breathing Negroes, if it don't apply, let it fly, was shunning Jonathan Majors, Jason Lee sat there and made sure not only that we gave that man his flowers because he's a phenomenal actor. And how the hell do you get convicted in America for running away from the person who said that you assaulted them while they're chasing you down New York City blocks? Y'all gotta make it make sense to me. Y'all are so off-code, it ain't even funny. And I'm not trying to be all Bill Cosby, pull your pants up because but we got to start supporting the people who are supporting us and doing the things that we don't either have the resources or the balls to do. And that's where I am with it. And a lot of y'all don't want to have that conversation with me because it comes across rough and harsh, and y'all like people to talk to you softly and tell you things that make you feel good. That's how Kamala almost got to the White House, because y'all care about feelings more than you care about correction. Aaron said they want to control the narrative, is my belief. Small hats control Morehouse, NAACP, music, and trash media. So I think control is reason. A big part of that, though, is we keep giving it away. A big part of that, though, tell me in 2026, Okay, now keep in mind, my first record deal happened in 1995 when I was messing around with Teddy Pendergrass, singing backgrounds and all that kind of good stuff and being part of his community choir. Like, let's not play this game. I was in my senior year of high school when I signed my first record deal. I did not have the advantages we have some 31 years later. Do you realize that I created, wrote, produced, mixed, mastered, and distributed my album independently? I signed myself. What do you need a record deal for? Marketing? So that you can be in a payday loan you can never get out of? What do you need them for? David Banner checked me one time and he said, because I was consulting a company in Utah and I got a nice check, and I like to celebrate, with my friends when something good happens. When he has something good happens, we celebrate, whatever the case may be. And I said, Banner, yeah, I got this check. And these white folks, backed up the Brinks truck on this one. He said, damn, that's dope, Dave. And I'm like, what, Banner? He said, if you had us, you'd never need them. And I was like, I believe in black people, sometimes to my detriment. I believe in black people so much. I stopped going on the road to do this show. And some 26,000 subscribers later, in less than 2 weeks, here we are. And I believe that you guys believe in me because you see value in what I'm bringing. And if that's the case, I need support like everybody else needs support. But this stuff with Essence should not be happening. When y'all complain about the rappers, y'all never complain about the people who sign these rappers. I wonder why that is. I wonder why y'all complain about the people who sign the rappers. Oh, Al said it. Might be emotional dysfunction. Yep, nope, got that. Welcome to the cookout. You're being welcome there, YGL. FU2 says, I don't think black people want to see black people fail. We were conditioned to think that white team man's ice is colder. Also true. I think two things can be true at the same time. Jolene says, just joined 30 minutes ago. Good morning. And I have subscribed since last month. Absolutely. How many times have you shared? I want y'all to start sharing the show because without this, I can't do the show. I've expanded. I started Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Now we're doing 5 days a week. So I need the support to be able to continue to bring you these types of programming. I'm working to bring you the celebrity interviews that you really, really want and to talk to the people who are moving the needle. But in order to do that, y'all got to help. Just keeping it a buck with you. And there'll be some retarded Jasper ass shade tree house coon saying that I'm begging for dollars, and I'm not. Aaron said, the justice system will do what it's designed to do. White G says, Kamala had no chance when she was thrown in the fire 3 months into the campaign. I'm sorry, she had 4 years. Her being the vice president was her audition to be president. 1. 2, she said that every decision that Joe Biden made, she was 100% in lockstep in, and she was always the last one to leave the Oval, and she signed off on everything that he did. Joe Biden said he didn't make a decision without consulting her. So she's just as responsible for everything Joe Biden did do that you liked and didn't do that you didn't like, or did do that you didn't like, or didn't do that you liked. So there we are. That's where we at on that. Albie Chu said, what's your email, Dave? I'll talk to my uncle in regard for running a bag to you to do a review of our site. Oh, absolutely. Let me put that up for you. Because what we ain't going to do is miss out on the money, on the supportage. We ain't going to do that. Dave at businessbullyshow.com. But yeah, I'm getting back to these comments. Let's see. Mark says, it's not even black people in America. Accountability has a rev limiter. Look at illegal immigration. Nobody trips that HR hires them. Again, because it benefits the company. HR is always there to benefit the company. Iceman says, we don't like to dig deeper. Our refusal to think critically may be messing us up. They keep a black face in front of us to keep the heat off of them. Yepper. Yeah, no, Banner's a phenomenal dude, man. Really is. Good guy. If you say, yeah, no, infiltration, yeah, they study us some fun ways to enter our spaces. Absolutely. What was I ahead of the curve with? You know what I mean? Let me know. But yeah, no, I'm just at a point, man, where I want us to understand like where we are. Chili Willie says the Trump MAGA experiment of trying to prove that only a white man with money should be allowed to be president and only white people running the government is a total failure. Let me explain something to you. I don't know if you know this or not, but we've had 47 presidents. Out of those 47 presidents, 46 have been rich white men. By the way, the what is it, 44 was a rich black man. What are we talking about here? Like, seriously, like, where are we where we don't realize that that's normal? That's what tends to happen. This is not new information. This isn't anything that we don't already know, so I'm trying to understand, at what point do we not realize that this is, the lay of the land out here? And, when do we say, okay, all right, what are we doing for real? Because we're not going to act like, Donald Trump was the first person to be rich in the White House. He's the first person to actually do what the Constitution says, which is be over 35 and be an American-born citizen. Those are the only requirements to being president. You don't have to have experience. And by the way, until you're president, you've never had experience being president. I don't give a goo gob damn what Hillary Clinton has to say, because you don't have experience just because you slept with the president. You couldn't even do that good, respectfully. We need to form intelligence groups. We need to gather info on others as they do us and use that info to our advantage. 100% agree. 100% agree. Chili Willie, you already put it in the chat once. This is your only warning. The next time I'm booting and kicking you. I read your comment. Your comment was here, but to continue to put it up, you just trolling. And that really pisses me off. I agree with that as well. We got to stop pushing and co-signing the G3 and no signal content, whether it's movies or music and trash medium. I don't watch it. Absolutely. And that's my argument, because I will say this to you respectfully. Black women will say to me, well, Dave, they sit up here and they talk about us badly, and they sit up here and they do this, and we're not protected and we're not respected and we're not. What are the top 5 TV shows you watch? Well, Housewives of Potomac, Housewives of Atlanta. I watch Zeus, so I'm watching Baddies. I'm watching Roly Poly Get a Makeover. I'm watching Love and Hip Hop. How many of those are examples of uplifted Black women? Just because you're not doing it and you understand the difference on how to behave, the world judges us, all people, humanity, by the least of us. You want to know why you're not getting respected? You want to know why you're not getting protected? A lot of this has to do with the media being the message, and the message that media puts out there is the purveying message on how people treat you. I need y'all to try something different. Al said we host the Peachtree Village International Film Festival in ATL too. So I guess we're gonna be coming out there, because we'll holler at your boy. Yes, indeed. 46 and a half. Yeah, you're right. Technically. Al said they told us a long time ago in the video how to sell to the Negro, and they have a psychological profile on our people. Absolutely. Here we go with this. Obama was black 82 times by Congress. It's 5 times less than all presidents. Come on. True, but when he had a majority, he did nothing with it to benefit Black people. He bailed out the banks. He bailed out the auto industry. He saved Flint, and still that water wasn't no damn good. He was a prop for propaganda. He did nothing to move Black people forward. You can't name one thing he did specifically and exclusively for Black people. So y'all can say he was blocked. He sure enough wasn't blocked for getting gays their rights. He sure enough wasn't blocked for getting a path to citizenship for illegals. He sure enough wasn't blocked from building those cages and deporting these folks with ICE using Tom Homan, but y'all call Trump racist. If y'all don't sit down and tell the whole story, not just the part that bolsters your argument. I've been saying think tanks. I said think tanks on the Breakfast Club. I don't understand why people don't get that. I really don't. Rose K. Roaz K. I don't know. My Nigerian friend here in America says it starts with the kids with poor education and culture. They grow up thinking with the victim mentality. What I need him to do is mind his damn tether business. It's not for him to speak on because he's not a foundational Black American and he does not know what it is to be a foundational Black American. And y'all can talk all that education stuff you want to, especially when it comes to the Nigerian tethers, respectfully. But y'all are the best of the worst. Because if every Nigerian was so great, how come y'all don't never go back and fix Nigeria? I'm waiting for y'all to go fix Lagos. Sorry. Don't come over here talking about what we are and what we need and what we lack. You have not lived our experience. So respectfully to your Nigerian friend, not his place. Respectfully. Malcolm X did warn us about the media over 60 years ago, and we still don't understand that. Aaron just proved my point. He said, my ex-wife watches baddies, and it's still worse than Jerry Springer's, shaking my head. Notice he said ex-wife. I'm just saying. Chili Willie said, just imagine if someone else was staging phony AA's attempts to distract from their involvement in it. Again, can we stop with conspiracy theories and talk actual facts? You can't find, and this is what I be trying to tell y'all. Y'all don't know how to think critically. Respectfully, a lot of y'all make stupid look brilliant. Respectfully, like, and my quota for dummy is at an all-time low. Let me explain something to you respectfully. If in fact Donald Trump had a smoking pum in them e-files, if in fact he did, they would have thrown him in jail instead of taking 34 misdemeanors and turning them into 34 felonies, claiming that this was just the tip of the iceberg without having to prove that there was a tip of an iceberg. If in fact Orange Man Bad was in these files, they would have somehow mysteriously leaked, the same way they mysteriously leaked a conversation with Billy Bush and Donald Trump saying, if you're famous, you can do damn near anything. If you're famous, you just grab them in the cooters. So if in fact that was the case, and that is it, do you have any idea how many federal charges Donald Trump would be on for creating an AA when it comes to what happened at the White House Correspondents' Dinner? Do you have any idea about inciting a riot? Political interference, all these charges they would have brought him up on if that was the case. And I'm sorry, Timu Obama, aka Hakeem Jeffries, would love nothing more than to bring Trump up on charges. So if they had a sliver of evidence that he staged that situation, trust and believe, they would have brought it up by now. Like, I need us to stop being goofy and start being factual. Albie Chill says he turned on those teachers in Wisconsin. That's it. And that's all I'm saying. Like, y'all can talk about all this. He was blocked. He was this, that, and the third. But Obama wasn't blocked when he was helping the people who were writing him checks, which is another thing Black people need to get on. Check writing. If you have not subscribed, if you have not become a member, if you have not super chatted, like, what is you doing? What is you doing? Because I'm out here spitting bars. I'm trying to understand what it is that you're doing, because your boy is out here working very hard. That's all I'm saying to you. I'm working very hard. So as we move this thing on, I don't know if y'all heard about this or not, but before I go any further, let me shout out my sponsors. Of course, Vitamin Energy. The link is in the description. Make sure y'all get it and use my link. Use code David07407. I don't know why they just didn't give me bully, but we're going to let it ride. Or damn, that would have been great too. Also, Natural African Spices, Dadia's Blend. Check them out at dadiasblend.com. I use them for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. For my vegetables, for beef, for chicken. Absolutely phenomenal, especially with me. I'm having a very, very strict diet at this point. It's protein, vegetable, protein shakes. That's pretty much it. So, and a little carb, a little snack, but for the most part, I'm keeping it extremely clean because I'm trying to stay lean and mean, So with that, and I want to thank everybody who has gone ahead and subscribed. I want to thank everybody who has been a part of this journey. I want to thank everybody who is in here making things happen. I really appreciate that. Yo, Daniel Seymour said Hakeem Jeffries is the Dollar Tree version of black politics. I cannot stand you people. You people are out of control. You people are out of order. And we're going to keep this situation moving real quick. I want y'all to see this. Black excellence is taking over the Time 100 Gala. From Keke Palmer to Coco Jones, this year's honorees didn't just shape culture, they defined the night's most memorable style moments. You see all that blackness right there? I love Coco Jones. I do. I ain't going to hold you. I love Coco Jones. I really think that Sterling K. Brown got robbed. He should have been Green Lantern before Aaron Pierre. That's Mufasa. I'm sorry. Y'all just wanted a green-eyed wannabe Negro. So that's just what it is. So Keke Palmer, Sterling K. Brown, Zoe Saldana, Coco Jones, and Precious Matzo, along with Anak Yai. This is Anak Yai, for those of you who do not know. Listen, Linda. Listen. So, of course, Lala was Lala-ing. I mean, Anak Yai, I mean, y'all know what that looks like, right? That looked like a snake eating her from the bottom up, respectfully. That's what the dress looks like. It looks like a snake eating that from the bottom. I didn't write that joke. But yeah, no, like for me, I want y'all to understand that we have so much that we can offer. I think it's cool when Time does these things. Keke, do you love me? Are you riding? Sorry. But Coco Jones is everything. And there's a lot of brothers got mad that Coco Jones got engaged. I'm not mad. No, one, I'm married, and two, she fine. Like, what did y'all expect was going to happen? Somebody's going to snatch that up. Like, what is we doing here? But can I say something to black people? Can I be honest? Can I just have a keep it real moment with y'all? Yeah, I want to point something out to y'all. There is no such thing as black excellence. There is no such thing as black excellence. Teasy, but I think a YouTube member says Anaconda. The Iceman said, Lord, it's me. I'm the snake. I just read the comments. I'm just here to read the comments. Roz Rock said, it's not important, but that's how I pronounce my name. I just subscribed, just enjoying the fact that you're one of the few content creators out here who actually interact with your viewers. That's good business. If I don't have viewers, I don't have a show. If I don't have a show, I don't make money. I don't make money, and I can't feed my family. I mean, I still got book sales and speeches and things of that nature, but I need y'all to share this out. I need y'all to talk about it. And yeah, no, I just yeah, crazy with it. But yeah, no, y'all already know what time it is. Shout out to Lala and shout out to Coco Jones. Shout out to Zoe Saldana. I'm with it. I like black people doing black people things. It makes me happy. I ain't even gonna hold you. It really does. I love to see black people do their thug thizzles. I do. It's never a bad thing for me to see that. Can I ask y'all a question? Respectfully, what did you think of the Michael Jackson biopic? Have you seen it yet? It is the #1 movie on the planet. I'm just curious as to what your opinion is on the Michael movie, if you've seen it at all. Teasy, do I have to go Dr. Umar on you? We must stay focused, my brothers. Coco's a different kind of chocolate. Yeah, no. Listen, excellence is always going to be excellent. But have you seen the Michael movie? Because Tip U Sultan says loved it. I loved it too. Sean says money grab for the people who made it. Marshall said Black Power. Absolutely. So we're gonna have a conversation about the Michael movie. And I'm not gonna spoil it. TZ just said he said no spoilers because I ain't seen it yet. I'm taking my mom and daughter this weekend, which I think is completely dope. Yeah, man. I think it's super cool. I think you are going to love it. If you are a Michael Jackson fan, you are truly going to love this movie. I don't see how you don't love this movie, respectfully, because it is a great, great, great movie. So to me, I don't know how anybody doesn't want to see this movie, because it is good. And I don't get why people are upset about it, because I thought it was an amazing film. I'm not even gonna hold you. Oh, I gotta call somebody to all hip hop. It's Michael, not Mike Heel, even though that's kind of dope when you think about it. It's Michael. Coleman Domingo stole the show. I'm sorry. That man's gonna get an Oscar. Antoine Fuqua, who did Training Day, did it. So for me, I just think it was a real good movie. Jafar Jackson, of course, is playing his uncle. Q, do you mind turning the lights down? Just keep those dancing feet down, my man. I was like, okay, good stuff. But I loved it. And I think the best thing that they could do is what they did, was go from Jackson 5 up until the Bad Tour. And then when they do part 2, and trust me, there's going to be a part 2. This movie's doing $1 billion. Mark what I say. This is going to be the highest selling biopic in history until Michael Part 2 comes out. Mark what I say. Write it down. Take a moment. I don't give a. I'm telling you, Michael Part 2 is going to do $1 billion. Iceman says, I haven't seen it yet. I've been hearing nothing but solid things. What is up with my thing right now? From Folk I Trust, though, Desert Warrior with Anthony Mackie was meh as hell, though. Listen, I like Anthony Mackie. I like Captain America. I said what I said. Look, and I'm not capping. A lot of y'all think I don't be on this foundational Black American stuff for real. Let me tell y'all something. As soon as they announced it, I went out to the store. Got my Anthony Mackie Captain America. Mint condition. It's in the box. I support all things Anthony Mackie. I do. I support my foundational Black American people. I do. Daniel says, I haven't heard anything bad about it. I haven't seen it as of yet. FU2 says, I don't plan on seeing it. I don't watch biopics because they usually embellish. Everybody embellishes. Unless you are watching a video of actual happenings, every person filters what they see and what they say through their own experience. I think biopics are great. This is a good question. Is it worth paying $30 to go see it, or should I watch it online? It depends on what type of Michael Jackson fan you are, right? As a person who's a singer, as a person who was alive, as a person who went to Veterans Stadium and saw the Victory Tour. Yeah, I saw it, and I saw it on laser, which was dope. I wanted to do IMAX, but I don't like sitting, like so close to the TV where I look like this. Up on the screen like this. Nah. Yeah, so I'll be chill says, I'm glad it's doing well. My lady says she gives it a 4 out of 10. I think it's because she compares it to American Dream. You can't. And I want to tell you why. There were certain things that happened with American Dream that didn't happen with this particular film. Janet and Randy did not sign off on this film. And there are a bunch of different thought processes as to why that is. Some people think that Janet didn't sign off on it because she just don't rock with Jermaine, allegedly. I don't know how true that is. I know Randy don't rock with Jermaine. I know Randy Jackson don't rock with Jermaine, and I ain't talking this a no from me, dog, Randy Jackson. I'm talking about Randy Jackson who replaced Jermaine. I know that and I'm not trying to be funny and I'm not trying to be messy. And if you don't know the history, I don't know what to tell you, but Randy Jackson replaced Jermaine in the Jacksons, and Jermaine Jackson replaced Randy Jackson in the bedroom. Listen, I don't rewrite history, I recite history. Jafar is one of the products of a marriage between Jermaine Jackson and Randy Jackson's ex-wife. She has, I think, 2 kids by Jermaine and 2 kids by Randy. And so you've got brother cousins and sister cousins. Be that as it may, Jafar Jackson is very talented. Jafar Jackson did not impersonate Mike. Jafar Jackson definitely embodied Mike, and when I tell you, I am a Michael Jackson fan. Y'all can't make me hate him. People are like, you're a Trump supporter. No, I'm a Michael Jackson supporter. I support Mike. I don't care what Mike do. Even from the grave, I'm supporting Mike. But Jafar Jackson did a phenomenal job. Marshall said, you are the man. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's his nephew. That is his biological flesh and blood nephew. His brother's Jermaine's son. And I'm sorry, it was really good. Yeah, folks are upset about it. And let's talk about, because I know a lot of people are like, well, they didn't talk about the controversy and they didn't talk about leaving Neverland. Let me explain something to you. And I need to be very clear about this. Everything I'm saying is allegedly, supposedly for entertainment purposes only. Depending on who you ask on Earth 2 for entertainment purposes only, let's just say that there's somebody who wanted to do things to Michael Jackson and Michael Jackson said no. And that person then said, you're going to come to regret that because you didn't let me do what I wanted to do to you. After Michael's unfortunate passing, which was a hit job, according to my former mentor, God rest his soul, Dick Gregory, said it was done by laser. But I digress. What we do know is that this same music executive, whose name rhymes with Mavid Beffin, allegedly, supposedly on Earth 2 for entertainment purposes only, called somebody that I might call Rope and Bell Bing to his boat and said, I need y'all to support this hit piece schmear on Mike. But this is how dope Mike was. Mike had it worked into a contract he had with HBO that there would never be any disparagement against Michael Jackson in perpetuity throughout the known universe. And so Leaving Neverland got pulled. And HBO has the rights to Leaving Neverland until 2029. They put Leaving Neverland 2 on YouTube because they can't get it picked up anywhere. And I'm sorry, Ray Robson's a piece of you know what, and the other guy's a piece of you know what. How is it that Michael allegedly assaulted you in a part of Neverland that hadn't been built yet when he was literally performing on stage in Budapest at the day and the time that you said he allegedly assaulted you? Don't worry, I'll wait. How is it that there was well over a 600 some odd page report by the FBI who had his phone tapped, had people put in place on his staff, driving him around, everything that you can think of, and they did not find any evidence after years of surveillance of impropriety? But we don't talk about that. But y'all have destroyed this black man's legacy. Y'all said he ain't want to be black, but yet and still every time I turn around, he was helping black people. I'm sorry, which one of you Negroes went and got Little Richard is Publishing back? Oh, okay, that's what I thought. What we're not going to do is that, Tom ran you up out of here because you don't have no proof of Michael being a PDF file. I'm gonna need y'all to sit down someplace. Aaron said it's refreshing to see a movie that's centering around our culture. Hollywood been on blackout all pale faces. Absolutely. Yeah, no, I highly recommend you watch it. They stopped it at the bad tour because you can't. I'm not. All right, let me put this in terms that you can understand. And when I say you, F you too, I'm not just talking about you, I'm talking about everybody. Let me put this in terms that you can understand. Michael Jackson is the single greatest selling recording artist in musical history. Not Elvis, not the Beatles, not Jay-Z, not Bruno effing Mars, not Beyonce Knowles, not none of them have done what Michael has done and continues to do beyond the grave. And it pisses people off. Period, point blank. Michael's career is too big to fit in one movie. Why you think they did a 5-day TV movie about it? And they stopped that at the end of the Victory Tour. Let it sink in. Because keep in mind, when Jackson's An American Dream came out, it was 1994. Dangerous had already happened. Keeping in the Closet had already happened. Like, so what is we talking about here? Michael Jackson was doing Jam with Michael Jordan. What is we talking about? There's only so much containment you can have. So what they're going to do after this makes $1 billion, you know what they're going to do? They're going to give it the Khaled special, another one. That's it. It's the #1 movie on the world, period. He is the greatest entertainer. There is no hip hop without Michael Jackson. There's no Chris Brown, no Trey Songz, no Bobby Brown, no Usher, no Beyonce, no Bruno Mars. Everybody that you say you love has taken a page out of this man's book, whether you choose to acknowledge it or not. For Black Americans who love music, Michael Jackson is our Roman Reigns. He is our tribal chief, and I will always acknowledge that man. That man was doing things with records that still had not been done. That man took a whole bunch of L's in order to get free. He told y'all they was trying to come after him. He went to go see Al Sharpton at the National Action Network and told the truth about what Tommy Mottola did. You know, Tommy Mottola that made Mariah allegedly, supposedly on Earth 2 for entertainment purposes only go a little crazy, little. So like, what is we talking about? Kevin, we will not have any Michael slander on my thing. Talking about it's going to be Michael 2, Electric Boogaloo. Iceman said Mackie was cool, but they used him to push a really female empowerment film. They always do. If you notice, a lot of movies in Hollywood, they'll have a black man there to push female empowerment. Just like John Boyega was talking about Star Wars. You got a force-sensitive stormtrooper who is literally fighting one of the deadliest Sith Lords ever, the grandson of Darth Vader, and you're going head up and you did not get unalived? And you don't work that storyline, you got him the whole time, Ray. And I'm sorry, John Boyega more on code than half of these FBA folks out here claiming that they want to do something. You know, so right on. Yeah, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. That Rotten Tomatoes score don't mean nothing to me. It don't mean nothing to me. It's something if you didn't witness it. It's something if you didn't live through it. And a lot of folks who are complaining are people who were born when Michael Jackson had full light skin because of the vitiligo. Like, I'm sorry, we're not gonna do that. Kevin, that's strike 2. Is Michael movie bad or is it dangerous? It's phenomenal. It's a thriller. Sit your ass down. I know you, Roscoe. I don't know what you said. It's yeah, you got a Blank Man action figure. I didn't even know they made one. I'm going on eBay right after the show. It is definitely worth watching. You know, I think I wasn't a fan of the Jimi Hendrix documentary. I think 3000 did a good job, but yeah, no, it was trash. Also, Diana Ross, allegedly, supposedly on Earth 2, pulled her endorsement of the film. She didn't want to be depicted in the film, and everybody kind of knows why. Y'all ever see those clips of Michael allegedly, supposedly at an award show and somebody is hugging and kissing Diana Ross and Michael is feeling some type of way about that? I was just asking if you've ever seen it. Y'all need to be keeping this up in here. Oh, super chat alert. Let's see what we got here. TZ says, off subject, but when we done this, man, I want to know how you feel about this new Django and Zorro movie they're making. It's the timing for me. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. Before this show is over, I'm going to talk about Django and Zorro. Show Liz. You ain't even got to worry about that. You ain't got to worry because I will make sure I cover that. But Diana Ross was played by Kat Graham. And I heard that she did a phenomenal job. There's actual pictures of Jafar Jackson dressed as the Scarecrow in the Wiz. So they shot the Wiz stuff, but between Randy, Janet, and Diana Ross saying nah, they had to go back and do a bunch of reshoots. To me, it's corny. If you did what you did, you did what you did. It was a different time going about your business. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like there were certain things that I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall to see, like when Jermaine went and signed the barge, you know, how Mike might have felt about that. Because, you know, Jermaine knows how Mike felt about that. You know, I was happy to see his children there. Paris ain't with it for some reason. I don't know why. But I think it was a phenomenal film. People who want to see mess that didn't even apply to Mike and wasn't true at all just doesn't make no sense to me, you know. And like when I tell you Jafar did such a good job, he really did. Like it's amazing. And it's 10 million billion gajillion times better than Flex Alexander's take as Michael Jackson. And it was really cool, you know. And I did not realize when you look at it, I'm gonna tell you, I really do think Mike's on the spectrum. And there's nothing wrong with being on the spectrum. What I'm saying is the fact that he doesn't like to look people in the eye, the fact that he don't like a lot of extra stuff, the fact that he is there. So, you know, there's a lot there. And then he's also very hyper focused. He's an overachiever. So, yeah, like, yeah, people were disappointed. Yeah, people were disappointed, Tiny. Absolutely, people were disappointed because they wanted mess. And they didn't get mess. What they got was a phenomenal part one of a biopic. Yeah. It's just funny. Albie Chill says crazy. I went to school with Mark Gregory, who's a comedian, which is one of his grandsons. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm just saying. Y'all already know. Yeah. And that's where I am with the Iceman. At worst, nonsense would get bought up until part 2. But if they bring it up, what should be covered is how he's investigated, infiltrated, harassed, fingerprinted, photographed, treated like a pariah, destroyed by the very people who claim to love him, and the FBI couldn't find anything. Absolutely. Social butterfly. Absolutely. That's it right there. That's it right there. Absolutely, Teasy. Yes, indeed. I didn't realize y'all had so many comments. That is not what happened. That is not what happened. By the way, if you've ever seen Michael's bed, it was huge. Michael had sleepovers. Y'all got to understand, see, developmental delays and the tism operates in a different ways. Not to mention, was Mike eccentric? Yeah. Is it something I would have done? No. However, like Al Sharpton said to Michael Jackson's children at his funeral, your father wasn't weird. What happened to your father was weird. Michael Jackson would never hurt a child. Anybody who's saying that is absolutely stupid and has never seen, met, interacted with him. But I'm gonna let y'all go off. I'll be just saying, Dave, there you go, making sense again. I gotta stop it. Sense, man, because every time I make sense, y'all get upset. Yep. Yeah. Sly Tie said, become a member. He said, TZ said, Sly Tie, become a member for his brother before you ask the mod up. Listen, I'm definitely here for it, you know. But no, he is the king of pop, you know. But I can't really get with these folks who don't understand. But I thought it was crazy. I really did. I ain't trying to be funny, but I remember being a young man and I saw Diana Ross on Arsenio Hall, and I was like, I get it. I get it. So if I was Mike at that particular, respectfully, I get it. You never made me stand, so take your weight off of me. Anyway, Blue Oxygen says it makes you wonder the propaganda they tried to push the movie if everybody who was around Michael didn't want to be a part of this. Not everyone who was around Michael didn't want to be a part of this. His mother signed off on it. His brother signed off on it. 2/3 of his children signed off on it. So I can't really go that far. You know, I think that there's some issues. Yeah, everybody ain't going to be happy with absolutely anything. But again, they're the kids he raised. Them the kids he raised. Absolutely, I think it's going to happen. And I think I won't see it. And the reason why I won't see it is because I met the man. I knew people who were dear friends and dated the man. I know the kind of wonderful individual Prince was. And if they disrespect Prince the way that I know they're going to disrespect Prince when they make that, just like you never saw Michael Jackson have his music and commercials outside of that Pepsi deal he did with Joe. I know they're going to commercialize Prince, and I know they're going to disrespect him, and I just can't. I can't buy a kernel of popcorn and allow that to be. I can't. And Kev, what up, Kev? He said, "Whoa, Jermaine signed the barges." Yes, he did, because he knew that America was colorist, and he knew that they wanted Jacksons. They probably just wanted some light-skinned, racially ambiguous Jacksons, and he was right. Do you not find it? God, I'm about to sound like Dr. Umar. You don't find that suspicious? Still no school, no pots, no dishes. Where's the school? Anyway, we live in a society that loves black people and loves black music, but just not from black people. Ain't that what Stephanie Mills said, Michael Jackson's ex-girlfriend? We ain't gonna have that conversation. I was upset that there wasn't no Brooke Shields clapping, wasn't no Tatum O'Neal clapping, wasn't no Stephanie Mills clapping. I'm just saying, like, so I've learned that love's not a possession. Yeah, listen, Mike was what that was. Yeah, no. Yo, I had completed my first marathon. It was my first attempt at trying to get in shape. It was 2004 when that Flex Alexander movie came out. And I didn't interview Flex Alexander until I think like 2006. I said, "Sir, I have two beefs with you." Well, three. One, you married Shawnee's. Two, homeboys from outer space. And three, that Michael Jackson pick. Bruh. That makeup was horrible, bruh. You can dance, bruh. I'm gonna give it to you. You can dance. But no. I saw that movie and I was like,
Wait.
I hated. Ooh, child, listen. Yeah. Dick Gregory DVD sharing what he told MJ when MJ went overseas. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. If y'all haven't seen it, y'all definitely need to see it. But my whole thing is, a lot of people did not want to see Mike survive. It's very funny that right after Michael went night, that they put out This Is It, the movie, with rehearsal footage, that they dropped that that Michael Jackson dance game. You remember the Michael Jackson dance game? I bought it for my oldest. I ain't gonna hold you. The game was great. It's great exercise. I ain't gonna hold you. All right, Eddie, I'm gonna need you going someplace. Let me help you out here. Let me just go and kick you out here, homeboy. What we're not going to do is sit up here and act like you. I got a problem with people centering themselves in foundational Black American conversations. I just listen. Jafar Jackson did it. Now, again, this is exactly what I was talking about. It says, in context, Fuqua originally filmed a longer version of Michael that explored later chapters of Jackson's life, including the allegations that follow him. But due to legal complications, those elements were removed, resulting in approximately $15 million in reshoots and a reworked third act. The shift is noticeable. The film's finale seems somewhat abrupt compared to its earlier pacing. However, there are plans to explore Jackson's life beyond 1988 in a potential sequel, which could provide a more complete picture. Dude who played Quincy Jones is also the light-skinned dude who jumped in the pool with Issa Rae in Insecure, for those of you wondering where that dude came from. But no, it really was phenomenal. It really was. And Coleman Domingo played Joe Jackson in such a way. It was just insane. And they pilfered that estate. They really did. Yep, he sure enough did tell Mike not to come back. Mike, I'm gonna tell you this: if Mike had stayed overseas, Mike would still be here. There's nobody who can tell me otherwise. Yo, Donald Trump defended Michael Jackson. Donald Trump defended Mike Tyson because he knew what was happening. Like, y'all, here's the thing: you ain't gotta like somebody to acknowledge when they did something good, and you can say whatever you want. Donald Trump was on talk shows talking about, first of all, Mike Tyson's a great many things. He doesn't need to be there. And why are you coming to a grown man's room, a heavyweight champion's room, at 2:00 in the morning? You didn't come there to play cards. We know why you came there. And to me, that's the same as saying if you're famous, you should grab them in them, because you can. Again, not victim blaming, because I know it's a whole bunch of you social justice warrior people will say some nonsense that I didn't say. I'm saying that I don't believe Mike Tyson ever hurt anybody, just like I don't believe Michael Jackson ever hurt anybody. I'm sorry. Period, point blank. You ain't got to like him, but a lot of y'all wouldn't do. A lot of y'all favorites wouldn't come and stand up for Mike Tyson. A lot of y'all favorites wouldn't stand up for Michael Jackson. Now, and this is a thing, I'm gonna say this when it comes to Trump. Not only did he donate to Jesse Jackson's campaign twice, he also gave him Mar-a-Lago. He also gave him building space for the Rainbow Coalition. So I can't get there. Was what a Tetherfest? What was the movie a Tetherfest? No, it was a lot of foundational Black Americans up in there shamoning, hee-heeing, and moonwalking. You know. And I'm gonna tell you, I have a friend who I haven't spoken to in quite some time named Ian Halperin. And Ian Halperin said, famously, approximately 6 to 7 months before Michael Jackson went night-night, that Michael Jackson has 6 months to live. And I gotta find that old interview, or I can see if I can get Ian Halperin on the show, because I definitely want to talk about this. You know, but this is a much watch. You got to see it on the biggest screen you can possibly see it, because you know Michael did things that people still don't understand. And I'm gonna say one thing though, and again, I give credit to white people. White people do the right thing. I think Bronca did a phenomenal job. I also think people don't talk about it enough, but there's a clip of David Bowie checking the mess out of MTV, like, yo, y'all not playing Black music. Like, what's wrong? Well, you know, can you imagine somebody in the Midwest taking a look at Prince? Yes. That's what allyship should be. On code, calling these suspected supremacists out. And that's what's not happening a lot, you know. So I always rock for David Bowie. If you've never seen Labyrinth, you're missing out. Sorry. One of the greatest acting performances from any rock musician ever. But I rocks with David Bowie because David Bowie was down for the blackness. Real rap. Y'all didn't listen. Yep. Oh, I'll be chill with a bar right there. He said, most people don't even stand up to their manager after he slaps them on the back of the head and tells them to get back to work. Listen, I ain't hear no lie. I ain't hear no lie. That's what I didn't hear just now. I did not hear a lie. I don't know if y'all saw this, but shout out to Pusha T. Pusha T literally just was talking about the Cousins Festival, which is an incredible event. If you haven't heard about it, I'm about to show you a little bit of you know what happened for for VA. So shout out to everybody in Virginia. So listen, this is going to be an amazing event. And you talk about Hampton Roads, you talking about Pharrell, Pusha T, Missy Elliott, Timberland, and look, man, September 5th, Norfolk Scope Grounds, it's going to be crazy. The Dream, all these folks. So it's going to be a phenomenal thing. And I like Pusha T a lot, I'm loving it. Y'all know he wrote that for Justin Timberlake and then sold it to McDonald's, but didn't keep his royalties. Do y'all also know that Pusha T, that theme song for Arby's was like, we've got the meats. Pusha T did that too, and he kept the rights for that. So he's making all types of money. Yo, Mick Jagger is the truth. I ain't even gonna hold you. So shout out to Pusha T on that. I think that's dopeness. Really here for it. You're tuned in to Dave Anderson Morning News. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the super chats, become a member. We got a lot of exclusive stuff out there. And Ella says, Dave, after MJ passed, did you see the concert promoters say they had the insurance policy changed to cover an overdose? Again, where's Dr. Umar? I need you don't find that suspicious. I need that. Yeah. Yeah. I agree, Iceman. So Tyson's whole MO from day one has always been, leave me alone. He's human, but the idea that he's going to force, kaboosh is ridiculous. I believe he uppercutted the woman for harassing him before that. Listen, I ain't going to hold you. Who made millions off of 3 notes? Oh, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba. Yeah, it's insane. No, Pusha T is not to be fooled with, and I think people realize that. I'm happy to see the Clips doing stuff again. I ain't gonna hold you. You know, I am a huge fan. All right, so listen, got a couple more stories to cover, and I'm gonna cover this. I know y'all gonna be shocked that I cover it, but I'm gonna cover it because I think it's an important story to cover. So let's get into the Black Effect Podcast Festival. Was I there? No, not at all. And I would not have been there. I think that the Black Effects Podcast Festival was an amazing event for people who like that sort of thing. I will say, to me, it's important to see representation. I also think it's important that we have conversations in regards to what Black media should be, and also, who benefits from it, what that looks like, and how that works. So I think a lot of people have not paid attention to the importance of an event like that. So let's go here. I'll just see. I'll reference V103. I think V103 is I think that's kind of cool. We'll go to that one. All right, y'all. So let me put this up for you so we can have this conversation because I think it's extremely important. Yo, shout out to everybody who just joined. Make sure that you like and comment because it's extremely important that we share. Don't forget to hit the super chats. So this is coming from V103, and as you can see, if I'm not mistaken, it's K. Michelle CeeLo. I already said that's Coco Jones. That's Clarissa Shields and Lil Duval. So, dope. Saturday, April 25th, the Black Effects Podcast Network held its 4th annual podcast festival at Pullman Yards in Atlanta, hosted by Charlemagne, Envy, and Lauren LaRosa. The event began with live episodes of shows like Grits and Eggs, Skin and Grin, pose for the crowd. Try to fit in, but you stand right out. Not saying nothing. Not saying nothing. Not saying nothing.
You can see it from a mile, but you can hear it up close.
Tell them out. I'm not saying anything.
Walk in the room with the borrowed sauce. Smile too hard like you paid the cost. Try where the rhythm can't wear the soul.
I ain't saying nothing. Grits and Eggs podcast was there.
Too eager, too quick. Everything loud, but the vibe don't stick. You say we the same, I cock my head. One little sentence and it all gets said. You love the slang and you love the look. Try write your name in somebody's book, but style ain't blood and game ain't bought. Truth gets loud when your mouth get caught. You can dress that thing up all night. You can rehearse that grin just right. But the mask fall down when the words come out. That's when everybody turn and shout.
Get them out. Get them out.
You can hear it when you talk it out.
Anyway, yeah, so Grits and Eggs was there. Club 520. And Charlemagne said, each year we return to Atlanta with a purpose and intention to amplify storytelling, champion community, and celebrate excellence in podcasting with thousands of our cousins from around the world. We celebrate and uplift the power of Black voices, creating space for creators to inspire, connect, and shape culture. So, of course, it had Don't Call Me White Girl, Keep It Positive, Sweetie, Reality with the King with Carlos King, Drink Champs, And there's a bunch of people who were there. Young Miami, CeeLo Green, K. Michelle, and more. So aside from all that, you had an opportunity to pitch your podcast at the Black Effect Marketplace. So, cool, awesome, and good on them. I hope folks got out of that what they were looking to get out of it. All right, anyway, let's keep it moving, people. E.T. Let's say. Ain't gotta say much, we can hear it now. We can hear it now. Sorry, y'all. But Deontay Kyle is wild work. It is wild work. I'm sorry. What gave it away? Iceman, you wrong for that. That's crazy. Aaron said that sound like a vibe they would embrace in Africa. That vibe is still good music. Yeah, no. My album, in case y'all ain't heard, Shill Music, it drops May 1st. Shill Music is dropping May 1st, people. Y'all get ready. Yes. I'll be sure to the video for Tethermouth is wild. I'm still waiting for people to find all the Easter eggs in the Tethermouth video because y'all think they're glitches and they're not. That's what I love. Y'all really think they're glitches and they are not glitches. Everything that you think you see in that video that's a glitch is intentional. Everything. Y'all got to go back and watch that Tethermouth video. I am going to do like a real music video for a lot of these songs, but I wanted to do that one very quickly because it's as artificial as the tether is trying to be what we are. But yeah, calling that man Deontay, that's masterful. I ain't gonna hold you. That is masterful. So I really appreciate the love. Now, let's see, what else haven't we talked about? All right, so I'm gonna tell y'all this, and I want to be very, very clear, just so we can wrap up this podcast festival conversation. Everybody wants a podcast. I think that's cool. I do. But if you ain't got no monetization with your mic, you're just having expensive therapy with theme music. I think Black audio is powerful, but it's more powerful with Black ownership, real Black ownership, not Black faces in white spaces and high places. If we don't have our own that we completely control, then it becomes a situation where we're just giving away our IP and just putting the word Black on it. BET ain't Black. Respectfully, it tain't. But I got a question for you. What do you think is missing in Black podcasting right now? Do you think it's better production? Do you think it's better business models, better research, or less gossip? If you got a podcast, you can drop a super chat with your show name and link, and I'll tell you one sentence whether or not your positioning makes sense or it needs Jesus in a strategy session you need to book. Holler at your boy. I'm just curious as to where y'all fall on this. Deontay is wild. Yes, the album is dropping Friday. Tethermouth! The album starts with Tethermouth and ends with Curry and the Bando. And y'all heard 15 of the 17 tracks on it. I appreciate that, Aaron. Now, right now, we do have the bundles. If you want to go ahead and get a pre-order bundle, you can. The bundles have been discounted for the Damily. So if you haven't gotten one, go ahead and click that link. It's in my bio, and it's right here. Yep. And I'm not even trying to be deep. I swear, I promise. I'll be sure. He said, whoa, that's deep. Therapy with a mic and no monetization. Because that's what these people are doing. They're not really paying attention to what's happening. You know what I'm saying? So Cold Crush says the truth is missing. Give me more. Right? You big dummy. Doing all that talking, still looking bummy. Yeah, let me help you out. When y'all come in here talking crazy, you get banned. When you come in here disrespectful, you get banned. It's not about whether somebody cares about Lizzo. Why did you come here? I'm just curious. Aaron said, we had decades of seeing what lack of ownership does. So all ABE, all black everything has to be the goal. Yep, I agree. What up, Del Monte Greens? I'm sorry, Del Monte Green Beans. Not to be confused with Del Monte Greens, or not to be confused with Kamala's Hot Tub Greens. I think I might do a 6-mile walk today. I think I'm feeling like a 6-mile walk with a weighted vest. I really am. Yeah. No, I listen, for me, I definitely put that there. Del Monte Green Beans. Listen, the family sleuths. I love my YouTube members. Penis says that brush your teeth. I did brush my teeth. What was we talking about? You know, and I also brushed your mom's teeth with, okay, you already know. So that's one cream soda. A lot of times you about to catch a bad one, but no. Yeah. Oh, well, we haven't gotten there yet, but let's dive in since we're having a conversation because people know what Lizzo did. So let's talk about Lizzo for a minute. Sometimes I really wish Lizzo would go away. And I like Lizzo. I do. I think she has her place. I do. I think she's extremely talented. I think she's very entertaining. Some of the stuff I feel is theatrical, and a lot of that has calmed down since she's lost weight. Because everybody is a plus size body positivity advocate until they lose weight, and then when you start trying to wake people up, they tell you you're being mean. I'm sorry. Let me see if I can find an image. Let me see if I can see if I can find an image. Hold on. I'm looking for a particular image. Let's see if I can find it real quick. And of course, because I'm looking for it, I can't find it. Because that's just how it would go. When you're looking for something, you can never find it. You'll never find the thing that you're looking for. That's not it. Of course, when I try to find it, it ain't gonna pop up because that's just what I've been dealing with. But I want to be very, very clear to people. Like being being big ain't no fun. Anybody tell you it is just lying to you. Because it really ain't. You know, and I don't know these people who act as if um having any type of thought process is somehow wrong. You should not be putting yourself in a position for them to take you out because you do realize that food is a weapon. What you put in your body will definitely come back to haunt you. I know I just saw it. I'm not crazy. Okay. This is what I'm talking about. That man was unaliving himself with a knife and fork. I'll be see you better thank a YouTube member and get yours. Yeah, no, listen. I have a water pick, a toothbrush, a flossers. I do all that. Yeah, no. Yeah, absolutely. So now we're gonna get into this little thing, but I just wanted y'all to see where I am when it comes to weight loss. Ain't nobody trying to be funny up in here, you know. So let's see, Dave got the Drake BBL. No, I did not. Trust me. BBL. Nah, I wish. Yo, can I tell you something? My wife hates Lou Rawls. I can't sing Lou Rawls in the house. I can't sing Neil Diamond in the house. My wife hates Lou Rawls, probably because that Parade of Stars still gives her shell shock. Go hold you. Yeah, like we talked about yesterday, people will fight you tooth and nail in order to stay miserable. DeMonte Green Bean says, who is that? Look at the shirt. Look at the shirt. It says believe in the bully. It also says businessbullyshow.com. That is from my talk that I gave at the 2018 Podfest Media Expo. That is me. Let it wash over you. Let it wash over you. That's me. Yeah, no, it's okay. Yeah, no. 363 pounds later. Yeah. Yeah, no. So when I call somebody a slack jawed North American big back, I'm talking about the me I used to be. I'm not being mean. I'm not being cruel. TZ said, man, and this is why I relate to Dave so much. I was 295, 300, switched it all up on diet and exercise. And now I'm working on 210, trying to get down to 195 solid now. Listen, I'm not trying to be funny, and I'm not. I feel like Gavin Newsom. I'm not trying to impress you. I'm just trying to impress upon you that being a fat ass is a choice, and anytime you choose to go in a different direction, all you got to do is turn around, put the hot dog down, and start lifting. That's it. So when I say stuff about Lizzo, that's what I'm saying. But a lot of people just don't want to have that conversation. You know. So if we're gonna have a conversation, let's have a conversation. But let's talk about Lizzo. Let's see if I can find the Lizzo article. Okay, so here we go. When it comes to Lizzo, she's decided that she wants to do something. Now, I feel like y'all should be running them super chats because I showed y'all what a man in a 7X shirt looks like, but I'm gonna let y'all live. All right, so she is on a mission to saying she should be a bitch, you know, and she's reclaiming the word for her new album. And the album is called Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna hold you. I think Lizzo's pretty. Like, you know what I'm saying. I just think that sometimes, you know, people be doing the most. You ain't got to be controversial like that. Like I call my album "Shill Music." You take it for what it is. That's all I'm saying. You know, so I don't understand why people don't get this. And so, you know, Meredith Brooks had a song called I'm a bitch, I'm a lover, yeah, okay, cool. But you know, yeah, I don't get these folks, you know. So she created a picture of a black woman's hand with an imposed image of herself, her arms aloft, representing the middle finger. Okay. You know, she supported Kamala Harris because Kamala Harris paid her and gave her a private jet to fly around on, allegedly, supposedly for entertainment purposes on Earth 2, respectfully. And yeah, I just don't even care, you know. But yo, 8Ball from 8Ball and MJG lost weight. I ain't seen 8Ball in 20 years. This is a great question. How did you lose weight? Was it natural? Absolutely. I went and hired a nutritionist. I hired a therapist to get a hold of my emotional eating. I took Kempo and Krav Maga. I had a gastric sleeve because my stomach was so big that there was no way that I would have ever gotten full. And so I would have overeaten just on instinct. So I did that, but it's the most natural process you could have because I know people got gastric sleeve and still gained all their weight back. That's not happening over here. I'm Lori Harvey. I dropped 7X's in 5 years. I wear large. Del Monte Green Bean said, bruh, this is he said pretty don't take up for 80. Listen, I'm trying to tell y'all, stop with the liquid diabetes. That's the other thing. I have not had a soda since July 20th, 2021. Not had one soda. I don't drink it. If it's not a juice and it's not water, it's not going in. Period. Al says, I'm 6'3", heaviest I've been is 260, and even that wasn't no joke. I'm 225, about 8% body fat. Yeah. You find out I got your blue belt. I'm not mad at you. How did Lori catch a stray? I dropped 7X's in 2 years. Lori Harvey. I'm a wordsmith. I just did a whole album. That ain't no stray. Messing with Diddy and his son. That's Anyway, yeah, no soda. I'm on the no soda diet. You know, hilarious. Yeah, because y'all see, I'm not walking around here like Al Sharpton. I'm not walking around like none of the Owls. I ain't walking around here like Al Sharpton. I ain't walking around here like Al Roker. But one of the two reasons I got it was I was encouraged by another Al, and that's Al B. Shore. I had a conversation with Al B. Shore because I told him that I was thinking about doing it, and he told me, he's like, I did it. And I said, "Bum, bum, 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 bum." I said, but you, I'll be sure. He said, yeah, but I gained a lot of weight, so I had to get that off. I couldn't even believe it. I'm like, I'll be sure got fat. And that's before people try to unalive him. So I'll be sure. And then Jason Lee. They both really encouraged me to get it, and I don't regret getting it. And by the way, if you have a juicer, I have a Breville juicer. They're not paying me. I just like Breville juicers. I think they're great, and you can do a lot of cool stuff with the pulp. I'm just saying. But yeah, soda is a problem until you don't get it no more. Yeah, I am. I would like to get into jujitsu myself, but as promised, I don't know if y'all heard about this Django Zorro situation, but we're going to talk about it because people have asked. And it's a comic book series, which I'm extremely excited about. And I really want to get it, but what I'm hearing. Let me see here. This is all I wanted to just want to get the image. Why can't I just get the image? Why have I got to do all this extra stuff? I just want to get the image. All right, here we go. We're gonna go here. This is official. They're working on a crossover movie. They have they had a comic book series out. Matter of fact, I think I might go to my comic book shop today and go get it. And to me, I think it's going to be super dope. Jamie Foxx's hairline was diabolical. It's very tethery. Shout out to Sir Anthony Hopkins. Shout out to Antonio Banderas. I would love to see Antonio Banderas do this with Jamie Foxx. Yeah, no, comic book series, got to get it. Hold on, wait. Del Monte Green stopped the show. He said, I got a juice recipe that's fire. Hibiscus flour on 10x. Oh, hit your boy up with the recipe. Don't listen. Share. Yeah, Django and Zorro. It's happening. There's a comic book series out, and they're talking about doing a movie. I'm sorry, that just, to me, it sounds incredible. So I am I definitely want to see if I can get it. I did not know about this until yesterday. I told my wife, I was like, yo, this is cinema. I need to see it. And that's the one thing I love comic books, because they allow me to just kind of relax and not have to think about stuff, because my mind is always going. But I just I'm really grateful. But again, that's where we are. That is definitely a tattered hairline. But yeah, I definitely want to see this film. I'm not going to hold you. I want to see the film. I'm about to go see if I can go to my comic book shop and see if they got the series of comic books. I didn't even know it. But I did hear that Tarantino will not direct Django and Zorro. I don't know who will. He said he'll sign off on it, but he's not going to direct it himself. Can I ask you guys a question before we get out of here? Before we get out of here, I just want to ask y'all a question. What more? Yo! Kevin Murray said, add the Lone Ranger and Tarzan and you'll have a Western Avengers. Wow. I don't know who's making it, Cold Crush. I'll be chill. I know you're being facetious right now, but can I ask you a real question? Did we get a black and brown coalition from Black Panther Wakanda Forever? Did we get a black-brown coalition from White Men Can't Jump? Did we get a black and brown coalition from Lean On Me? No? Yeah, of course we did. But I want to know what you guys want. What content you want me to cover, what I can do to make the show better. I want to make sure that I'm giving you guys what it is that you want. I want to make sure that this is not just my show, it is your show, because without you, I don't have a show. And so I want to make sure that I'm delivering what it is that you want. I'm trying to give you content that's entertaining and real, and also making it happen. What can I do to make the show better for you? That would help me out a lot, because this is supposed to be our experience together. So I'm just trying to make sense, sir. You can't. TZ said my brain went there too. Like, I bet they are gonna try and trash us about them. Oh yeah, you already know. You already know. But you know what my issue with the Django movie, while y'all are telling me what y'all want me to do? My issue with the Django movie is everybody like, oh, well, he gets to unalive the slave masters and this, that, and that. He didn't get to unalive anybody without that German guy's permission. So even when we get a movie about getting our comeuppance, you still had to ask permission. The timing is very suspicious to me. Yeah. Listen, Banderas and Fox just sounds like $1 billion at the box office, if not half a billion. If not half a billion. I'm sorry. Just real rap. Yeah, man. But no, for real. What do y'all want from the show? What can I give you? Like, why do you tune in? What would you like me to do? Relevant topics that are always noteworthy and interesting. I'm definitely working on it. So I definitely appreciate that. And anytime that you feel like you're ready, I would love for you to become a member, pick up a bundle, do some things. For those of you who said that y'all be one and y'all support, like, I did this album for twofold. Number one, we got to take our music back. I remember when Tariq did the I almost called it the Silk Sonic album. My God, what was the name of Tariq's group that he did? Because I remember the song, I see your legs, I see your hot body, it's time. I can't remember. Put my email in the chat. Got you. Dave at businessbullyshow.com. Mink Slide. When Tariq did Mink Slide, he made a whole thing about the importance of us, owning our music. Y'all can say whatever y'all want. That album was jamming. Yeah, so Mink Slide album was crazy. It really was. I enjoyed that thoroughly. But I was like, once I did Tethermouth, I was like, oh, wait a second. Like, what we not going to do is act like we can't do this, because once I did iPad cheeks, that's the hook they were singing all week. It was over. I already knew. I got the bug again, and I have not recorded an actual album since my first album got shelved. But story for another day. What I will say is that I want this album to hit the Billboard charts. I want foundational Black Americans to show what we can do, because when I tell y'all said it yourself. For those of you who were here for the listening party, y'all told me it was banger after banger after banger after banger. You know what I'm saying? I give you humor. I give you some Afro beats. I give you some yacht rock. I gave you that boom bap. I gave y'all some of that melodic. You know what I'm saying? So I was trying to create something that makes sense, right? Hold on one second. Oh, FU2 said, oh, you can go into the business of radio and its connection to the music business. Guess what I did? And you will see what I have to say about radio and the connection to the music business and what happens to foundational Black Americans in radio and in the music business in Hidden Color 6. Yeah, no, I did a whole thing on that. Hopefully Tariq keeps it in. But I really want to make sure that it gets you where y'all need to be, because that Mink Slide album was crazy. But I feel like this Chill Music album, I think it's going to take off. I think people are really going to vibe with it, but I need your support. I need y'all to be playing it everywhere. I need y'all to put it in your stories when y'all see my stuff comes up. And by the way, if you just search Dave Anderson, it's not going to come up. You got to search Dave Anderson, the Business Bully. I'm like a Tribe Called Quest. You got to say the whole thing. It's a pimp name slip back. So if from now on, y'all got to be like Dave Anderson, the Business Bully. Yeah. That's my name. So yeah. Kev says, I can't add anything. I enjoy the live stream as it is. Matter of fact, I should be working right now. I ain't trying to get y'all to lose y'all job. After what Tarantino did to Ving Rhames and Pulp Fiction, he definitely don't need nowhere near black people. Ving Rhames signed up for it. Ving Rhames always doing some wild stuff. Y'all seen Baby Boy? Y'all seen that one movie? What was it? Something Heart, where he dressed like a Roland voted like a black woman. Ving Rhames dressed like one. Iceman says, one of the most valuable things you're doing is discussing what's going on from a B1 conservative perspective. Most of us aren't used to hearing voices that aren't liberal or apolitical. Balance is key. Absolutely. TZ said, yeah, also his email is in his link me also, FYI. Absolutely. I'll be chill says, we definitely have to take back our music. Our bodies are 70-80% water, and I'm sure some of the madness we experience is because the water in our bodies responding to terrible music. Oh, by the way, I made sure the frequency for every song was at a certain level. If you know, you know. I made sure the frequency was at a certain level. I feel like I gave y'all some actual New Jack Swing joints, which is what K-pop wants to be. Daniel said, I sent you a message. You email me, Daniel Seymour? Yo, and let me tell y'all something. I was so afraid that y'all was going to hate that record. Color me kind, color me good. I really thought y'all was going to hate that record. I was so nervous about putting that record on the album. You know what I'm saying? Because like I ain't rapping. I'm singing, you know, and I have not sung a song like that. That song took 6 hours. So I really wanted to make sure it was it was the best I could possibly give. But I'm really surprised how many people like Color Me Kind. Really am blown away by it, actually. So I'm extremely grateful, you know, and I'm trying to find ways to make things go. So yeah, it added nothing to it. But again, y'all already know you got to get a pound of flesh. Holiday Heart, that's the movie where Ving Rhames dressed like the ugliest woman I've ever seen since Wesley Snipes and Tu Wong Fu. When you sign up for that, listen. And there's a lot of people in Hollywood doing that cross-dressing stuff. It's not a thing. You talking about the men's table? The men's table is always Wednesday nights at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. That's me, Mumia Obsidian Ali, Darwin McPherson, and Jeff St. James. So make sure y'all tune in for that tomorrow. Aaron said, I don't watch any content that I feel is controlled by others, even $1 million worth of game I can't co-sign. B1. Respectfully. You know. This is a great question. Hey, Brown Eyes. Brown Eyes, my favorite super chatter. I didn't even know you was in here. I'm actually doing a record with Mika. There will be a record with Mika on the album. She is adding her verse to Curry and the Bando. So, yeah, no, we got that, you know, so absolutely. Cold Crush, you are the second person who said, hey, I want you and Ray Daniels together on the platform. I would love to sit down with Ray Daniels. I've never met the man. I know who he is. I don't know if we have any mutual friends. I mean, I might call Banner. Banner might know him, but I would definitely love to have a sit down with Ray Daniels. Let me see what I can do. But if anybody knows the brother, you know, tell him I'd love to have a conversation with him. I'd love to have a conversation with Kwame Brown too. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying my best to get out here and, you know, put something that is counterintuitive of.
Everybody got a flag now. Everybody got a side. Everybody got a master. They just call it being wise. Butter, biscuit, soft in the middle, sweet for the room.
Let me not, because I'll be here all day doing a whole nother damn show. Butter, biscuit, cones. Yo, but I'm telling you, I really need support, really do, because I put a lot into this. I put a lot into this album. I can't do it without your support. You know, the same way Tariq does Hidden Colors. I'm not even asking for 200,000 or whatever Tariq gets for Hidden Colors, because again, he deserves it. Because if y'all saw the amount of work he put into Hidden Colors, like, because I've seen all the Hidden Colors movies, but this is the first one I've been in, and to see the amount of work he put in. Yeah. You see what it takes. I'll let you read the comment for yourself. There's certain things I'll never do. And if that means my soul stays in the arms and hands of Jesus, then that's just what it is, because I'm not selling it for anybody. Respectfully. Not saying that anybody did, but this, that, and the third. 3 stacks will be fired for a track, and that will gain traction because, you know, Stacks is him. Listen, if you got to wait for me to get three stacks on the album, that's true. I hit Banner up, but Banner on the road, so I don't think he's gonna make the album. But I think he might make chill music too. I'm hoping. I've never asked him for a track a day in my life, but you know, or a feature. But I damn sure would. I'll give up all my royalties for that particular track. You know, but that's just what I'm trying to say. Shout out to Bud Crawford, 100% with y'all. But yeah, man, that's it. I hope that you guys get the bundle. Teasy got the bundle. I really appreciate that. You know, Banner's dope, man. Cool cat, really, for real. Well, listen, just a great person. I will always say that. Like, there's people you'll never hear me say an ill word about. Yeah. So the show's done. I'm about to get out of here now. Okay. Iceman, someone hit you with an email after the show's done. Please feel free to email me anytime, any of y'all. That's what I'm here for. Like, all of my information is in my link me. If you just look, you know. But again, but a biscuit comes soft in the middle, sweet for the room. Yo, some of the stuff I'll be writing, when I go back and I listen to it, I'll be like, I got people like, yo, you know they're gonna come for you after this. And I'm like, let them come. Yeah, man. But you know, that's what we're working on. Shout out Chaos Rain. I see you. Appreciate you, pimping. FU2 says peace. Cole Crest says we need to form a team of FBA non-bought creators and create our own entertainment Avengers, since we are trendsetters. So I'm tell you, me, Ant CEO, Black Alpha, I'm talking to Afro Elite and ZZ. Like, I think it's important that we all have a hub. But you know, we'll see what happens. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Mississippi. Shout out to Mississippi. TZ, really appreciate you. And love to the chat. Love to everybody here. Thank you so much for putting up with me. I really appreciate y'all. I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow, where it is the Smoke Show. Smoke Show is tomorrow. And if you need a reminder to get out here, exercise, and eat right, there it is. There it is. Just don't. Yeah, absolutely. Cold Crusher, hub of trust. Yeah. Chaos Rain said, wouldn't mind having you on my podcast. Get back to my interview game. Email me. Let's make it happen. DavidBusinessBullyShow.com. Email me. It ain't that hard. Email me. It ain't no thing. There's the email address. If you want to have me on your show, we can definitely talk about that. Let's make it happen. All right. Tomorrow is the Smoke Show. Y'all already know what time it is. If somebody got a problem, that's what it is. Aaron said, we got your back. F with 2, F with all of us. Listen, that's how I feel. And yeah, I mean, hopefully, Aaron, you're gonna grab that bundle today. You need to grab that bundle. Album comes out Friday. I don't know what y'all waiting on. Get that bundle. It's insane. Trust me. All right, y'all. I'm out. Wait. LS says COVID Con top track for the next album. Damn it. My daughter cleaned up my office, so I gotta find something to write that on. But a biscuit comes soft in the middle, sweet for the room. We're writing that down. Chill music to COVID Con. Child, you know what pissed me off before I go. Okay, I'm leaving after this. Let me tell y'all something. You know what pissed me off? There was a lot of so-called media people, content creators, like, oh, we've got Dr. Fauci here. Dr. Fauci was telling people take AZT. Dr. Fauci, who told Magic Johnson he was going to be the face of HIV after it used to be called the cancer. That Dr. Fauci said that, the hood really needs this jab. That same Dr. Fauci, the one that was behind that whole situation, and when he was working for the Donald, Kamala and Joe Biden, everybody said, we're not taking that poison Trump jab. But as soon as they got in office, all of a sudden everybody taking a jab. Yeah, so that's what it is. And also, for those of you who need to know this, there's payment plans for the bundles. Teasy said tether down, not tether down. Is that the follow up to tether mouth? Tether down. Let me see. Whoop, whoop. Be on the lookout. FBA 1526. We've got a tether down. That's hilarious. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I can't. All right, let me get out of here. Yeah. I don't know what that says. It just looks like you're a red butt monkey. Okay, great. All right, y'all. We out of here. Peace.
Get your mind right. Real talk, no fluff, no sidelines. We outside, bring the truth to the sunrise. TIME100, yeah, we coming at the right time. Dave Anderson Morning News. Like Hook Media. Morning Media just got dangerous.